Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Peace and blessings to you, brothers and sisters. We the Hebrew Israelites. We come out here week in, week out, in season, out of season, to raise our people up and let them know that you so-called blacks and Hispanics, Native American Seminole Indians, you are the so-called, you're not the so-called, but you are the Israelites. You brothers and sisters scattered throughout the four corners of the earth through slavery, the dispersion. You are the true historical, archaeological, and biblical Israelites.
That's right.
The sons and daughters of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
That's right.
And we're going to say first and foremost, all praises to the Most High God, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten Son, the Messiah, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, right? In the name of Bahashem HaMashiach Yahweh Shai, right? Give me Jeremiah 26:2. Jeremiah 26:2. Look at Jeremiah, chapter 26 and verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, right? Stand in the court of the Lord's house. Do what? Stand in the court of the Lord's house. So guess what? We're in the court of the Lord's house right now. And the court of the Lord's house is where the Israelites are. Right? Go ahead.
And speak unto all the cities of Judah.
And all the cities of Judah, all the Israelites. We come and stand in the court of the Lord's house in the midst of you Israelites. Go ahead.
Which come to worship in the Lord's house.
That's right. So we out here to recover our people that really, truly want to worship the Most High. Right? That's what we come out here to help recover. The ones that come to worship in the Most High's house. Go ahead.
All the words that I command thee.
All the what?
Words that I command thee to speak unto them.
Right?
Diminish not a word.
And guess what? We ain't trimming nothing out here. The Most High told us to come out here and tell you who you are, what your sins are, and to recover you. And don't diminish your word. Right? But a lot of our people, they hate correction from their own. Especially from us men. Right? Our people got a problem when you see the brothers trying to raise their own people up. It's always a problem. Right? Our people do not respect our men trying to raise them up. Even our own brothers and sisters. They hate correction. They want us to talk soft like Mr. White Man. Mr. White pastor like Joel Osteen. Right? They want us to steal your money like Benny Hinn and Billy Graham. That's how y'all want us to be. Y'all want us to tell y'all lies and then ask y'all for y'all money. And sell y'all some fake holy water. Right? Go ahead.
If so, be they will hearken.
That's right. So if so, the Most High said, don't come out here and don't trim a word. Tell you how it is. If so, you shall hearken unto the word. But a lot of our people don't like it. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot going on amongst our people because we hate each other. You hate your damn self. The self-love is not there. So therefore you hate your own brother and sister. That's why it's a lot of scandalizing amongst our people. That's why it's a lot of killing amongst our people. Right? Go ahead.
And turn every man from his evil way.
That's what we came out here to do. We came out here to turn every black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, our people, out of their evil way.
That's right.
Right? Turn out of your evil way means to repent. Repent means to return. Go ahead.
That I may repent me of the evil.
That's right. So the Most High said that he may repent or turn back his evil from us. That he may take the curses up off of us. Go ahead.
Which I purpose to do.
Which he did what?
Purpose to do.
Which he did what?
Purpose to do.
Let me show you what the Most High purposed to do. When we went off, when we stopped breaking his laws and wanted to be like the other nations, he purposed to do something to us. Give me Deuteronomy 28:48. Let's see what the Most High purposed to do to us when we broke them laws.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 48.
Yeah.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies.
What did the Most High purpose us to do?
Therefore thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall bring, Salakia, which the Lord shall send against thee.
Now, Mr. White Man just came and got you on his own.
Which the Lord shall send against thee.
Y'all ever figure out how it can be 300 big Michael Clark Duncan looking Negroes on a plantation and only 2 white slave masters can control them 300 Negroes? Read that over again, Op.
Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So guess what? When Mr. White Man came to get you, the Lord sent him against you.
Bring it out.
The Most High God sent the white man against us. He didn't do that on his own spirit and own accord. Go ahead.
In hunger.
In what?
In hunger. And in thirst.
So guess what? We got to serve our enemies. If we want something to eat, we got to go. Any one of these stores is owned by the other nation.
Right.
The grocery store is owned by the other nation.
Right.
If you want something to eat, you got to serve your enemy. And what?
And in thirst.
And in thirst. You don't own no water plant. If you, listen, and you don't own a water plant to get a drink of water. You don't own Coca-Cola. You don't own Pepsi. You don't own nothing.
Bring it out, huh?
So in thirst, you have to serve your enemy. You got to go to your enemies if you thirsty. Go ahead.
And in nakedness.
And if you need some clothes, you don't own no textile company. When we tried to have some clothing lines, they drowned us up out of that too. So if you want some clothes and you want to cover your body, you have to go to the enemy. Go ahead.
And in want of all things.
And what?
Want of all
and
things.
Want means lacking. And in lacking of all things, you have to serve your enemy.
That's right.
If you need to wipe your tail, you have to go get a roll of toilet paper from your enemy. You have to go to the corner store and go get the toilet paper from your enemy. Go ahead.
And he.
And that same enemy, go ahead.
Shall put a yoke of iron.
So who had chains of iron around their neck like a dog? And that same enemy shall do what?
Put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
So what people had chains of iron on their neck? Show me the history of the Jewish man having chains of iron on his neck ever. Show me where he been conquered and had chains on his neck ever. So he can't be the Jew. He can't be God's chosen people. Because God say his people is going to be sent in slavery and they're going to have chains on their neck. And it's only one recording of any people going through that in history. Go ahead.
Until he have destroyed thee.
Until he have what?
Destroyed thee.
Until we started calling ourselves African American.
Right.
Until we start calling ourselves Christians.
Right.
Until we start calling ourselves Muslims instead of sons and daughters of God. That we are. That's our name. Instead of these titles, and we thinking we a color in the crayon box. We thinking we named after the lands that we live in.
That's
instead
right.
of after the forefathers that we come from. Thinking that our nationality come from the religion that we follow and not the great-granddaddies that you had.
Right.
Right.
Give me, go ahead back at that. No, stop. No, him. Come.
And turn every man from his evil way.
So we out here to tell our people to repent from their evil ways, man. That's why we doing bad and on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Because evil is not for you. Evil don't fit you. That's why I never set well. That's why you blacks and Hispanic Native Americans, you always getting tricked up when you do something wicked. Because that's not your blessing to be wicked. It's your curse. Go ahead.
If so, be they will hearken
Ham sandwich.
and turn every man from his
And do
evil
what?
way.
And do what?
Turn every man from his evil way,
Go ahead.
which I purpose to do unto them.
To do what?
Which I purpose to do unto visited them because of their evil of their doing.
So the Most High said he purposed to do some evil to us because of the evil of our doings. You believe in the Bible, brother? I see you got the big cross on your chest.
There we go.
You got to be a vanguard for Christ.
There we go.
Right?
Yeah.
So in the Bible, do you know who Christ came to save? Who he died for?
I believe in the higher power, not so much in religion.
Right, okay. So with the cross for?
My grandma, she made it.
I got you. So you just wearing it in because she got you, brother. Got you. So would you know who? And look, we don't believe in the religion either. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a nationality. Religion is a Greek word that comes from restrain, hold back. So that's like it's deception, really, right? It's for confusion. But do you know when you read the Bible is not a religious book, it's a history book, right? And you got God got a chosen people in there that he gave his laws to, and then you got the other people on the earth, the Gentiles. Do you know who God's chosen people are? Us who?
Black and dark people.
Okay, now listen. Yeah, but you know, every the Ten Commandments or the Israelites being in Egypt, right? You know what they was doing in Egypt? Huh? They was enslaved. They was enslaved. So you had one dark-skinned nation of people, the Egyptians. They're enslaving the Israelites. So the black Africans are not the same as the black Negroes. And they knew that back then. They didn't deal with skin color, they dealt with forefather and nationality. Right? So us being Israel, we was enslaved in Egypt. And I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Ten Commandments with Moses. He delivered the Israelites out of Egypt, right? But Moses passed for an Egyptian. Remember, the people in the movie is white, even the Egyptians. What color is African? See what I'm saying? So Moses being a Hebrew, he passed for an African. What would be his skin color? Brown. That means all the Israelites in there was brown. So this is where you got the 12 tribes of Israel. We sojourned into Egypt with our forefather Jacob, 70 souls. When we grew in Egypt, we grew to hundreds of thousands. As one nation, 12 tribes. The Egyptians, give me Exodus 1:11, I'm gonna show you a little history of our slavery and who we are and why we in this predicament and on the bottom. Because every other nation, they know exactly who we are in our history. And they work real feverishly to keep us from really knowing who we are. Right? Exodus 1:11.
Look at Exodus chapter 1 and verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters.
Go to 10. What's that?
You go to make a statement, whatever turn to him too, because people that's watching.
This is where we was just living in Egypt. They let us chill there. We was in Goshen. We had our own city, right? Go ahead.
Look at Exodus chapter 1 and verse 8.
Right?
Now there rose up a new king over Egypt.
This is a new pharaoh. Go ahead.
Which knew not Joseph.
He wasn't familiar. He knew our forefather, but he was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know that Joseph. Go ahead.
And he said upon his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel,
the people of the children of Israel, the 12 tribes, right,
are more and mightier than we.
That's why they always say, we baby kids, we don't die, we multiply, right? Go ahead.
Come on, let us deal wisely with them.
Let us do what?
Let us deal wisely with them.
That means tricky, right? It means tricky. Go ahead.
Lest they multiply, and it come to pass.
This is the same reason why all these other nations work to keep us down. Because we constantly multiply. If you see how physically strong we are, if you see how smart we are, these people know. They got to keep us doped up. They got to keep us drunk. They got to keep us broke. They got to have us in family court, beefing back and forth, family tore up, because they know we already spiritually and physically mighty. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that when they're falling out any war, they join unto Salakia, they join also unto our enemies.
So Pharaoh was saying, listen, instead of leaving these people free, they get bigger, they might join to our enemies that want to go to war with us. Go ahead.
And fight against us.
Go ahead.
And so get them up out of the land.
Go ahead.
Verse 11. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters.
Taskmasters is slave masters, right? What you call today on your job a supervisor.
That's right.
Right? Because the job is a damn plantation for us.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
To afflict them with their burdens.
To do what?
To afflict them with their burdens.
So that's how we built the pyramids. We the Negroes, not the Egyptians. We built the pyramids. We built the sphinxes and all of that, all of them treasure cities for Pharaoh. Go ahead.
And they built for Pharaoh treasured cities.
There you go. I just said it. They built for Pharaoh treasure cities. Go ahead.
Hit them. And Ramses.
Ain't that where the pyramids at? You see what I'm saying? That's where the pyramids are. Go ahead.
But the more they afflicted them.
But the more they what?
But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied.
So guess what? Just like here today in America, the more we oppress, the more we grow.
Right.
The more we oppress, the more we grow.
That's right.
There's nothing new under the sun, man. The same thing with us over and over again. We're the same people. Right? Let me show you something real quick. Give me Psalms 83. Let me show this brother what the nations did. And how the nations operate like that too, brother. All the other nations know who we are, and they operate like that now. Psalms 83. Start at 1.
The book of Psalms. Chapter
God
83.
loves everybody and all of that, right? Everybody's a child of God. Go ahead.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 83 and verse 1.
Right?
A song of songs of Ashphon. Asaph. Keep not thy silence, O God.
So this is King David crying out in the spirit. This King David. He telling God, keep not thou silence. Make a move. Go ahead.
Hold not thy peace.
He's saying, make a move, oh God. Go ahead.
And be not still, O God.
That's right. Make a move. Go ahead.
Verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
For lo, who?
Thine enemies.
So the Most High, David is explaining that God has enemies. And they'll never read this to you. See, the religion aspect, they'll try to keep this from you. For lo, thine enemies, go ahead.
Thine enemies make a tumult.
A tumult is like an angry gathering, an angry meeting, right? Like the United Nations, right? Go ahead.
And they that hate thee.
They that what?
Hate thee.
So it's people on the earth that hate God. Enemies of God. Go ahead.
Have lifted up their heads.
So who's the main proud nation of the earth? Who walk around like I can't be touched? Primarily Mr. White Man. And in the other nations, they got proud. They lifted up their head because they put us in slavery. They got God's chosen people in slavery. Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
There go that word crafty again. Remember, Pharaoh said, let's be wise with them. Let us take crafty counsel against thy people. Go ahead.
And consulted against thy hidden ones.
So who's the ones hidden? Who don't know who they are, right? And consulted against thy hidden ones. Go ahead.
They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
No, come and let us cut them off from knowing their religion.
Come, let us cut them off from being a nation.
A nation comes from your national origin or your bloodline, your daddy, your lineage, right? That's why we call ourselves a color, black. Well, you ask our people, well, what's your nationality? They say Christian. And that's not a nationality. Or Muslim, or I'm a 5%er, or I'm a Moor. They say all of these titles instead of who they are. Come and let them do what?
Cut them off from being a nation.
They said, let's cut them off from being a nation. Go ahead.
That the name of Israel.
No, that the name of African American.
That the name of Israel.
The name of, wait, I come from Africa.
and we were Swahili. We spoke Swahili and the Nubian tribe and all of that garbage.
That the name of Israel.
We the Israelites. And when you go into this book, Israel means sons or prince of God. That means sons of God.
That's right.
Right? That the name of Israel, or that the sons of God, go ahead,
may be no more in
and
remembrance.
now people don't know who we are. So the United Nations, that is what, go ahead, Slock, go ahead.
But they have consulted together.
Have did what?
Consulted together.
Have all these other nations did?
Consulted together.
We in the neighborhood and we don't own not a daggone vending stand on the corner.
Bring it out.
And these other nations own stores and they sell us poison. We can't get no good groceries or nothing. These other nations come in our neighborhood, they set up, they got colorful tobacco products, candy and junk and garbage. If they sell a little banana or fruit, it's rotten. Go ahead.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They consulted together with one consent. All of these nations, they made an agreement with each other. Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee.
They are what?
Confederate against
So
thee.
that word confederate means League of Nations. That's right. What League of Nations is today? That's right. The United Nations. The Hispanics, the so-called Negroes, the Native Americans, we don't have a seat in the United Nations. So it's telling you who this book is prophesying about thousands of years ago. That all these nations work together to keep us cut off and not knowing who we are. They make sure we're not represented as a nation. That's right. That we don't have no army, no natural resources, or none of that. Because when you see that, when the Israelites is put back in their rightful order as a nation, you other nations is shit under our shoe.
There we go.
That's why y'all work so hard to do that. Go ahead.
They are confederate against thee.
Right?
The tabernacles of Edom.
And it said the tabernacles. This talking about this is the top people. This is the people that's running everything.
There we go.
The tabernacles of Edom. The first enemies. The top enemies of the Most High in you. Edom, which is the so-called white man. Edom. Give me Genesis. Let's see who Edom is. The tabernacles of who?
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom right here. Tabernacles of Edom walk up and down around us all the time. That's why they visit Basra like they do. And they'll come back around you and they know Basra, it was one of their homelands, but they'll never tell you, you the Jew. They'll never tell you that you the Israelite or the Jew. And that land over there in Tel Aviv and in Israel, that's your homeland and we stole it. They'll never tell you that. And most of these white people walk up and down here know that y'all the Israelites. Go ahead. That's a basic historical fact for them, these other nations. That's the first thing they learn is who they are and who you are. That's the first thing they learn. Go ahead. What's happening, brother? You good? Go ahead.
This is Genesis chapter 25, verse 25. And the first came out red, all over like an hairy garment.
And the first did what?
The first came out red, all over like a hairy garment. And they called his name Esau.
And his name is Esau, which means wasted away in Hebrew. Ishasharab, which means wasted away. Give me Genesis 36:1. And the tabernacles of who? Who was the first, the chief people?
The tabernacles of Edom.
So this said Esau, right? But this says Edom, right?
And
Edom is a nation, Esau is a person, right?
And this is Genesis chapter 36, verse 1.
Right?
Now these are the generations of Esau,
There you go.
who is Edom.
The tabernacles of who?
The tabernacles of
So
Edom.
it's telling you the generations or the nation of Esau is who?
Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom.
Go down to 8. Who is Edom?
This is Genesis chapter 36, verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
Thus dwelt Esau in where?
Mount Seir.
That's why they cave people. They dwelt in mountains. And see, all of this can be brought out of the Bible, brother. The pastors a lot of these pastors, they demons. They demons. Because your history and the facts of everything out here is right here. That's right. Go ahead.
Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
And they cave dwellers. That's why I said, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir.
Esau is Edom.
Esau is Edom. Go ahead.
And these are the generations of Esau, the father of the Edomites.
There you go. The father of the Edomites.
In Mount Seir.
And they dwelt in caves.
Come.
The Edomites are cave dwellers. Who are the cave dwellers of the earth? Who are the red people? Edom means red. So who are the red people of the earth?
There we go.
We'll finish that off, King.
Come. The tabernacles of Edom.
The so-called white man.
And the Ishmaelites.
And the Ishmaelites are the Arabs.
Come.
That's who the Arabs is against you too, black man. Stop going up in their store talking about shalom alaikum, brother. Because I say it all the time, you can't get a job mopping the damn floor in their store.
There we go.
Because they know you're not their brother. And you all up in the Islam trying to be like somebody that's beneath you. Thus saith the Lord. Go ahead.
Of Moab.
Of Moab, the Chinese.
Come.
Chinese. Now we revealing the biblical, real, historical, biblical names of you other nations that you try to hide behind. So Edom is the so-called white man. Whether it's the Jewish man or not, every Caucasian is the Edomite. Right? And not because he got red skin, because we got black Edomites. Like Bob Marley, he's an Edomite because his daddy is a white man. You are who your father is. Right? So we don't determine that by skin color. We determine that by father, by bloodline. So we got the Edom is the white man. You got Ishmael is the Arabs. Go ahead. And Moab is the Chinese. Go ahead.
And the Hagarenes.
The Hagarenes are more Africans. Go ahead.
Jabal.
And that should tell you that we're not Africans either. We Hebrews. Africans are Hamites. We Shemites. We come from Shem. Gabal is the other African. This is going to show you how many Africans came up against us. How many different African tribes come up against us? Gabal, go ahead.
And Ammon.
Ammon. Ammon is the Japanese. Ammon is the Japanese. Go ahead.
And Amalek.
Amalek is the fake Jews. Amalek is the fake Jews. And guess what? One of the 613 laws in the Bible is that the Most High said we're going to have war with Amalek forever.
That's right.
That's a law in the book.
That's right.
Because those are the ones who stole your riches. Those are the ones who financed the slave ships. Those are the ones who got the Romans to run us out of our land, stole our gold, and they stole our name, and they call themselves Jewish today. I mean Jewish. You wish to be us. Right? Go ahead.
The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines is more African. And Tyre is other Africans. Go ahead. But that's like 6 tribes of Africans that came against us. Asher is the Assyrians. Go ahead.
Asher also joined with them. They have hoped the children of Lot.
So the children of Lot is Moab and Ammon, which is the Chinese and Japanese. The Assyrians helped the children of Lot to oppress us. So all these other nations is in cahoots to oppress us. All of them had us in slavery. All of them. This is our 7th time our nation been in slavery. In history. It's not the first time, it's the 7th. But guess what? This is the last.
That's right.
This is the last. Because our Messiah coming back to check all you other nations. Go ahead.
Salah.
Salah means pause. Go ahead.
Verse 9. Do unto them as unto the Midianites.
That's right. Guess what? The Most High, we wiped the Midianites Midianites out. So David is praying to the Most High to tell the Most High, please wipe all of these other nations out like you did the Midianites. Go ahead.
As to Sisera, as the Jabez, at the book of Kishon,
Right, go ahead.
which perished at Endor.
What they do?
Perished at Endor.
Go ahead.
They became as dung.
They became as what?
Dung
Uh-huh.
for the earth.
That's right. It's like you took a shit on the ground. That's what happened to Midian. The Most High wiped them out.
Bring it
So
up.
that's what David is asking for God to do with these other nations that oppress us, to wipe them out and make them like shit under your feet. Excuse me, I had to put it like that. It says dung, but I have to give our people a more descriptive understanding of what the Bible says.
Come ask him.
Because Pastor always trying to lighten up the Bible. This is a war book. This is a war man.
That's right. And he possesses a lot of people.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Which perished at Endor. They became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like Oreb. Go ahead.
and like Zeb. Yea, all their princes as Zabah and as
So
Zalmunna.
guess what? David is asking the Most High to destroy all these nations, they princes and they rulers. He asking them to wipe them out. Go ahead.
Who said, let us take to ourselves.
Let us do what?
Take to
What
ourselves.
these other nations say to themselves?
Let us take to ourselves.
Go ahead.
The houses of God.
The what?
The houses of
So
God.
who is the house of God that they took into slavery? What is David calling the house of God? He's calling a people the house of God, not a church. He's calling a nation. Let us take to ourselves the house of God. Go ahead.
In possession.
In what?
In possession.
So that's what they did. We still in possession under the Romans right now. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Make them like a wheel.
Make them like what?
A wheel.
Go ahead.
As the stubble before the wind.
That's right. Stubble is dry, burnt grass. Dry grass that burn away quick when you light fire to it. Go ahead.
That's right.
As the fire burneth a wood.
There you go. Go ahead.
And as the flame set up the mountains on fire.
That's right. So David is praying to the Most High for him to destroy his enemies that destroy us. What you got, brother?
I just want to talk to you for 1 minute.
What's
Some
up?
things that God done built.
What's happening? You got a question? We kind of edifying our brother.
It's all good.
All right. Go ahead.
Con.
What you got? Nah, go ahead. Yeah. Okay.
What does those four letters say?
What's that? That's bullshit, bro. That's bullshit. So you saying the white man protecting evil, or he the sick? How he's the protector when he's the biggest damn child molester on earth, brother? Get that shit out of here, man.
You haven't even heard what I
Man, but
said.
nah, you being crazy,
I said
brother.
he's the protector
You being
of
crazy,
perverted
brother.
evil.
How is he protecting when he
Because
molesting little boys?
Because he's protecting all
How's
the
all them
preachers.
when they protecting
He's
little boys?
He's protecting the
Get out of here
preachers
with
and
that
preachers.
shit, brother.
What
Go
I'm
ahead,
saying
go
is
ahead.
he's protecting all the preachers.
This is Nahum, chapter 3, verse 1.
The white man, get out of here.
Woe to the bloody
Raise it
city.
up. Woe to who?
Woe to the bloody city.
Then guess what? The Vatican is a bloody city too. It's a bloody city because they've been molesting little boys for hundreds of years. Read.
It is all full of
Catholic
lies.
Church is the one who
Church
came
of
over and
Satan.
slaughtered everybody and took
Church
the
of
land.
Satan.
So what you mean protector?
He's a protector of perverted
Get your
evil.
ass out of here, brother.
Perverted
It is-
Pope is perverted evil.
Exactly,
Read.
exactly my point.
Read.
He protects his
It is
preachers.
all full of lies and
Hold up,
robbery.
get him. What you say?
What you're saying is all true.
Got you. Here we go. Go ahead.
It is all full of lies and robbery.
And what?
Lies and robbery.
Read that over again, King.
Woe to the
Hey,
bloody
brother,
city.
Brother, let us edify him because really we getting into some meat. You talking about like he is saying heretical doctrines and all of that.
This is
Go ahead.
Nahum 3, verse 1.
Right?
Woe to the bloody city.
And America is a bloody city. So is the Vatican.
It
right?
is all full of
And
lies.
wherever the white man at is full of lies, and it's a bloody city. Because that's how he got it and took it, by killing. Right? Go ahead.
It is all full of lies and robbery.
It's full of lies and robbery, because that's the only way he run his situation. Off of lies and robbery. That's why he got himself up as the greatest people on earth. And then he catch skin cancer in the land of the Most High. That's where the highest rate of skin cancer at in Israel. So if they inhabitants of the land, why the hell they can't inhabit the land? Go ahead.
And pray departeth not.
That's right, and the prey departeth not. That's right. And guess what? What it's saying is that they got plenty of people to pray on. Right? Go ahead.
And the noise of a whip.
A noise of what?
A noise of a whip.
That's that oppression. Go ahead.
And the noise of a rattle of wheels. And the prancing of horses.
That rattle of wheels is labor. That millstone. That labor.
Bring it out,
This place is full of oppression and slavery. And the noise of what else?
And the prancing of horses.
That's the military vehicles. That's the soldiers. That's the police. That's all of this drum, this war drum. Right? That's how this